Hello, everyone. We're back at the heart of the Lions with the ACT Responsible Hall, and we're super happy to be there today for the first MyACT show. So thank you for connecting and listening to us. I'm here with Sophie Garinet, who is a co-founder of ACT Responsible and head of content. So Sophie, we have in the hall the very nice exhibition, the Great Art for Good exhibition of ACT Responsible. How many campaigns and agencies are we presenting this year?
This year we have 113 campaigns from 76 agencies and 39 countries. They are amazing. You should come and check them out. You should come and vote for your favorite ones. Just a little reminder, we are having a little tribute on Thursday. So come, please vote for your favorite ones and see and spread the word, because the idea, again, is to show these campaigns and see how they can really make a difference.
And yeah, that's important that everyone participate, because agencies create campaigns to change things that are not working well on the world, to promote good cause, to help raise awareness on climate, on inclusion, human rights also we have, and solidarity. And those campaigns that are there need to be seen by everyone, and it will help if you come and vote, because it's a way to say to agencies, yeah, you're doing a great job, let's continue doing good work. So we also have in the hall this year, because we crafted that hall with the Lions, we also have in the hall this year a kind of hub or meeting point where we showcased a lot of content, and we have different partners with us, and some of them are around the table with us this morning. So we have Candy Flores from Madalia. You're going to tell us more about Madalia. We have Caroline de Tauriac from Euronews. We're going to speak also about great stuff we're doing together for years. And Natalie Vega, who is from NewZeroWorld, also member of the IAA Global Sustainability Council. And we're going to learn about you and all the stuff you're doing. First, I think we had someone yesterday.
Yes, yesterday we had Simon Cook, CEO at the Lions, coming to open and visit the exhibition in avant-première. So let's hear him. Please launch him.
Hi, Simon. I'm so happy to welcome you on the ACT Responsible Hall this year again. Thank you for having us. So, Simon, obviously it's the 71st anniversary of the Lions. You're about to launch and open the doors. What's like the big thing this year?
I think the big thing is that so many different facets of the industry will now be represented here at Cannes Lions. This year we have more CMOs and marketers coming than ever before. We have creators coming for the first time. So I think it'll be exciting to see all of those different parties converging in one place to be able to have important conversations. And of course, this is another forum to be having very important conversations, as you know.
Yeah, in the ACT Responsible Hall, we have very serious conversation, actually, about the responsibility of the industry and how we're doing. What do you see in the industry? Do you think it's moving fast enough towards more responsibility, towards sustainability? What's your opinion, your true opinion on this?
I think we'd all like it to be moving faster, is my true opinion. And, you know, we're on our own journey as well. We're trying to make sure that Cannes Lions, in and of itself, every edition is the most sustainable that it's ever been. And there are other businesses out there trying to do exactly the same. But I think really a lot of people are learning from each other as well. And that's why it's important to have the hall, so that people can come together and share and learn and hopefully take something away that they can apply to their own businesses as well.
Yeah, and we'll see. So this year, again, every year we strengthen our relationship, our partnership. So we celebrated the 20 years of the Act Responsible 2 years ago. Last year we opened up to others, like NewZeroWorld was there, the IAA is there, like big player of the industry on the subject are also questioning themselves. So we're creating in the hall this year this meeting point where some of the leaders or the most advanced are going to come and share. It's a first. Do you think we're gonna? Do you think we keep the subject by doing this? Do you think we should? It's interesting to have a meeting point for that particular subject.
I think so, just because I think with Cannes Lions what we have is a platform, and it's important to us that we offer different perspectives, different voices from all over the world, but also from beyond our world as well. Increasingly we have leaders, politicians, people in government coming and speaking on our stages. So it's our responsibility as much as anything to bring those people in, give them a platform to talk, but also bring them together to be able to have those productive conversations that you mentioned.
Yeah, we're going to have a very interesting conversation on Thursday with Marianne, who's head of content and awards, I think, about the Sustainable Goals Lions. 5 of them are amazing. This is really what we're trying to also achieve with you, yes. Like giving keys, takeaways where people can just learn basically and get inspired by others and by those connections. So I think opening it to a variety of people in different industry, in different roles in the industry, getting the politician to come, the institutions to come, because a big crisis in the institution, trying to save, what they have also to say.
Yes.
Truly, I think the industry really need to come together on those points.
Yes.
Is there 1 or 2 or 3 seminars you want to say, hey, go to them because they're amazing and for this week?
I think there are many. I think it's probably too many to call out here. But if you take a look at the program, you'll find that there are many opportunities to come together to learn from people who are talking either specifically about sustainability in our industry, or sharing learnings, or come to the hall and have a conversation. I think if everyone's in the mindset that they're here to be open-minded and here to learn from each other, that's the main thing.
Thank you so much, Simon. Thank you for having us for the 22nd year in the Lions. In the Debussy, I think it's the 8th year.
Yes. Welcome back.
Yeah,
happy to have you.
Thank you. And hopefully we'll have a wonderful festival.
Thank you very much.
Have lots of fun, meet lots of people, have great conversation, and we'll see each other on the Croisette.
We will indeed. Have a good one.
You too. Yeah, so that was an interesting conversation with Simon, and we are very fortunate to, again, be able to open to other worlds, other people working on the subject. So I'm here with Natalia. We're going to start with you, Natalia. Natalia is the founder of NewZeroWorld, as I said, a member of the IAA Sustainability Council. You are a leader in global advocacy and social impact, catalyst for global climate action.
Thank you.
Tell us more, because you've come up with super interesting initiatives that we pushed, and we're happy to push in the and you can come and learn in the hall. Tell us about the white paper, EPIC, and what you're trying to achieve with that.
Thank you, Isa. Well, it's For me, this is a very important con. I have been coming for many years, but my background was in advertising, but I'm coming with a different hat this time, with the hat of NewZeroWorld, working on purpose-driven campaigns to accelerate action, in this case, climate change. So I was in previous years also an advisor for the United Nations, so I was very, very close to being a witness and the changes that need to be taken and the global policy that is driving us in the right direction. With the Sustainable Development Goals, I was in the room for the Paris Agreement, and what informed me is there was an incredible gap in terms of going beyond the global policy walls into the public. So I was trying always to push that, how we can communicate all of this across these walls of policy and to a different community, which is the people that needs to understand the challenges. So we have been working very tirelessly, as you know, in the past 2 years, especially the last one we launched the first research paper on climate communications, a fantastic contribution from 60 plus contributors. You act responsible, and you guys are one of them, as well as Simon Cook from Cannes Lions and many others like Accenture Son, and we have diverse groups of scientists, et cetera. But what informs us even further is the ability to, how are we going to communicate the challenge and how we can reposition climate change in the mind of the public across every community on Earth. So taking this research paper called A New Era in Climate Communications, and we can share the links for everybody to access, is free and downloadable. Further than that, what this research is guiding us is towards a organized system that we're calling the Earth Public Information Collaborative that can unite this industry and rally to build purpose-driven communications campaign that it goes, again, in the direction of communicating what is needed and the actions that the public needs to be taking to tackle climate change, how businesses can accelerate sustainability, but especially how we can reposition what the people understand and the basic literacy of what this big challenge we have to face in the future. So I'm very excited about that this year. It's very special, again, coming to Cannes with a different hat and talking about these issues and rallying the industry for it.
But when you say you want to make sure that the people understand, so is it something really targeted to the general public, or
Yes.
are you also, because we spoke with Simon yesterday again, that there's a lot of different public today coming into the Alliance. You have the CMOs, much more CMOs than before. You have obviously the tech companies and stuff. So is the white paper addressed for businesses or for really the general public?
No, the research study was addressed for the industry, for either an advertising agency, a corporate brand, or an NGO. So they understand what is the current state of climate communications and what are the missing pieces. I will give you an example. There is a commonality of addressing climate change in a way that is very urgent, because there is the urgency. So in doing that, we tend to be fatalistic, and then we tend to be doom and gloom, right? So we have a neuroscientist from Harvard explaining us why we run away from this challenge instead of facing it forward. And it's because our brains are not wired to understand the broad of the scope. So we need to reimagine the visions of our future so people can see what is possible. Number one, understand what change can happen and what that will look like for their lives, and how this challenge is something that can relate to us personally, because we always use Margaret Atwood quotes in this. It's not climate change, it's the everything change. Everything you eat is climate change, everything you wear is climate change, every car you drive, the transportation you take. So kind of like even putting that as a first repositioning of what this challenge is, it will give you a sense of, okay, an agency of, okay, I can do something about it, I can do my part. Every job is a climate change job. So that is an example of, the research is just addressed the industry to understand, but further the Earth Public Information is for the industry to take action for the public.
Okay, well, that's really interesting, and it makes a good connection to the next talk with the next person.
The next person, because basically, so how to re-enchant the sustainability. How do we look forward with a positive view of sustainability? Yesterday, we interviewed Martha Jennings, head of sustainability at Essential, and she arrived and we asked her a couple questions. So listen to her response. You can go. Hi, everyone. I am so happy to introduce Martha Jennings from Essentials, owner of the Alliance. Hello, Martha.
Hi, nice to be here.
Thank you for coming. So you just joined Essential a year ago, and you are head of sustainability, and you draw a roadmap for them. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Sure. So I would say that we're still developing that roadmap for sure, but this is my second year here at Cannes, and last year we gathered lots of data. So we did lots of things behind the scenes to really understand where the carbon emissions were sitting with this event and what we could do to reduce them. And we're excited to have developed something called the Essential Sustainable Event Standard. And they are a set of 20 ambitions that will see us reduce our waste and our carbon emissions across the event by 2030. And we are implementing them for 2025. And there is some things already here at the event this year, which is really exciting.
Wow. So can you tell us what was easy and what's a little challenging for you?
I think one of the exciting things about working in this space is how open people are for collaboration and how many ideas there already are. There's so much work going on into this space as everyone realizes the urgency of what we're doing and how we need to move quickly, but that also brings with it the challenge. Like, we're trying to work quickly in an incredibly complicated, busy business, so trying to prioritize what the right actions are can be challenging. And I often find that the more data you get, the more complex the situation becomes. So knowing what to go with first and where to prioritize can be tricky.
Wonderful. So we're looking forward to 2025.
We're looking forward to 2025, and there are a few things here this year that people should look out for. So we've got new recycling bins. So bins aren't particularly interesting, but they are important in terms of reducing waste. So people should be able to recycle any waste they bring on site. We're also going to be recycling the badges at the end of the event, so people can put their badge in a bin on their way out. And we've also got some really exciting content. I think what we have to remember as well is this is an amazing platform to raise awareness of the climate crisis and the possible solutions. And so we've got some really exciting content about that on stage this year. And we're also obviously really excited to have you here as well another year here at the ACT Responsible space, which is the heart of the sustainability conversation here at the festival. And we hope you're having a great week.
Thank you so much, Martha, for coming and sharing with us your roadmap. And let's go forward.
Thanks very much, Sophie.
Bye. And talking about platform, we have a wonderful guest here, Caroline. Caroline, as an international media in 160 countries, giving news to over 400 million auditors. What is, do you think, in your opinion, your responsibility as a media?
We are probably the only pan-Euro media outlet with a global footprint. Our uniqueness is to be broadcast in 17 languages. So basically, we talk to audiences in their own language, which makes, obviously, the communication easier. We are committed to be independent, reliable, trusted information. So this is also part of our DNA. We explain, we investigate, we debate the news. We make it easier to audiences to be understood. We explain what happens in Europe. We explain what happens in Europe versus the rest of the world. We make the link, but we empower, let's say, audiences to make their own opinion. We are not here to give our opinion. We empower people to think by themselves.
Wow, that's perfect, and empowering people, and giving them as much information. You came over a couple of years ago. Well, 17 years ago, we met, and we decided to do a program together called 1 Minute of Responsibility. Could you tell us a little bit about this program and how it works, and why did we do it?
The 1 minute of responsibility. We are very proud to have this program. It's an opportunity for NGOs, charity, brands to raise a message across the world using a Euronews network, which is again a bit unique. Also because broadcast in 17 languages. So basically, we spread the world very widely. We try to elevate, let's say, the message of those NGOs, just to make sure it's going more to from a local initiative to a global message, ensuring we give them the visibility they need to raise major issues or initiatives somewhere that we need to communicate to everyone.
Yes, and it's exactly what we need, because it's harder and harder, I think, for NGOs to get heard, because it's harder and harder to. Well, we see less and less, I think, campaigns for NGOs. Due to different things. I am very recognizant, or I don't know how you say, proud for this program, because they need to be heard. They're the one on the field really doing the job. And because of you, we can, spread their work and their job to the entire world. So thank you for doing this. It's very important.
We also have Candy Flores from Madalia World. So Candy, it's a first time for you in Cannes.
Yes, I'm the newbie.
You're the newbie, yay! So in 17 years, we'll still be there.
Yeah.
Obviously, I hope in a different state. Candy, you're coming from a different world. We're not coming from the world of advertising, classic advertising, and the stuff like this, but more about with the tech world differently. And your company, Madalia, is claiming that is building the most sustainable metaverse. Yeah, right?
Yes, it's right.
And in the head of a lot of people, metaverse and, or I would think, metaverse and sustainability doesn't really work together. So how, in your opinion, or no, how in your experience, I'm sorry, not in opinion, how can metaverse play a role into getting into a more sustainable world?
Okay, so we at Madalia, we see things differently. So I come from software development and classic advertising, but in the way of trying to build some things with agencies. So we have an experience working with them. But we shifted to technology once we understood the power that it has. Not only for the advertising, but for everything in our world. So Madalia is building a new, different approach to the computing. So we call it fractal computing. And it's through this way that we can be more sustainable. So fractal computing, in normal terms for normal people to understand, not in technical terms, it's a nature-inspired system that has a new approach to the classic computing. And it works giving superpowers to the devices. So either we approach the devices that people have and we make them do more than they are supposed to through this network, or we expand it on the cloud and on the fog, on the network of devices that we have disposable. So people can do more with the things that they have in terms of immersive experiences. So all of this in a network that could be shut down if not being used. But this is one of the problems of the internet and things technology-wise speaking. It's constantly turned on even if no one is using it. So we approach it in a different way. We could shut down everything if no one is doing the experience. So everything, every action, digital action that we do is being measured, and then we turn that into impact units, and through our impact protocol, it's offset in real time through a project. So everything you do on a digital realm, the metaverse realm, either immersive or on the websites or anything, it's being offset at real time. So it's carbon free, it's impact free. And that's what we are doing differently from the other metaverse platforms. Digital actions can have real consequences and real benefits. So that's our claim.
And I know there's another example that actually could be interesting for Natalia and all. It's using the metaverse to calculate or to see the impact of global warming, for instance. And I know you replicated an island and you did this.
Yeah, we work with digital twins. So we can measure everything if the data is connected to a platform. So we have done the biggest digital twin built until today. It's an entire island, so it's 750 square kilometers of land. And we have it all connected through our platform. And we can measure everything if we want to and simulate. So it's very important for people to see and be immersed in the situation so they can understand better the actions that we do. So if we do nothing, this will happen, and you can feel it like you were there. And if we do something, this will be the outcome. So people will feel, they will feel closer to that outcome. And that's literacy. So that's why we work a lot with education. And we build immersive content for kids and for adults, it doesn't matter, for them to understand what could be done and what the outcome is. So, yeah.
I have a question.
Yeah, sure.
I was not prepared. Would it help, like cities to develop in certain ways? Would it, give direction on how to, build?
Sure, because you can simulate anything on this digital twin. So it leads to better decisions. It leads to better governance. So instead of doing things in the physical world and spending resources that are not necessary to spend, you can simulate on a digital environment that is being offsetted. So everything is clean. You can simulate anything from traffic to construction to natural disasters to training, education, whatever you want, you can do on Madalia platform, because it's like thinking it's a new world. It's a replica of our world on a digital environment. So it's a human-like experience that you have inside the platform. That's something really important for us because we wanted people to feel connected like they were on their real life. If you don't connect, if you don't feel, it won't mean nothing to you. So a digital environment should be a replica of our real world. So people can be natural. They can do the experience with their hands. They can walk. They can talk. They can go in groups. They can learn. So yeah, it's important for people to understand that now it's possible to have it all. So the newest, biggest tech you can have, like AI and blockchain and immersive technologies, and having it in a sustainable way and not damaging the planet or doing harm to our lives. So.
Well, that's super interesting. And so this week, people can come and experiment.
Yes, they can try on different devices because we brought a lot of demos that we have. You can try it on the VR headsets. You can try it on the phones or tablets. So we have different approaches of what the future of advertising could be on an immersive realm. So from AI to XR, we have different demos so people can try and feel and see what Madalia looks like. So yeah, please come and try.
Yeah, so you're here so at inside the responsible hall and at the back space for people who will be listening. You can come and experience, and And yeah, you're going to be there until Friday. And
Yes, I'm here the whole week, so
And any question, everyone can come.
yeah.
So I think this is the end of this conversation, the first MyACT. I just forgot to say thank you to all of you. Thank you also to
Thank
the
you.
sponsors and producer, the team from Sunglasses behind us, who are producing the studio here. Also Euronews, who's helping to promote what we're doing. The IAA Global, who will also come tomorrow to have a conversation on this table, and AdForum, who will communicate through its newsletter to the database of people in AdForum.
But Isa, thank you for putting this together and convening all of us. It's really always great every year to see it, but also have the purpose and the effort of putting this, a space for all of us.
You're always welcome. We'll welcome you next year probably also. But for now, we'll just have this year, walk on the Croisette, meet lots of people, talk about what we're doing. Let's get sustainability still in the head of everyone here at the festival, and get them to come here.
And I think we should say, if you have a great campaign for an NGO that wants to be aired all over the world, come to us, and with Euronews, we can do that for you. So please send us your campaigns.
Submit your work, yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.